Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chinedu Abuim, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the UAE tax system. So what is the tax system in the UAE? That question is a question someone asked me, and I'm going to be answering it in this particular video. So one interesting thing about the United Arab Emirates when it comes to tax, and which is one thing that has attracted a lot of people into the UAE, is that UAE has zero personal income tax. So if you're working in the United Arab Emirates, your tax is zero. Your income is what you get. So what you earn is what you get. No government is going to be taxing it. Nothing is going to be reducing it. It's just going to be exactly as you earned it for you to enjoy. And this has made a lot of people love to come here to work, because you don't have, like in some other countries, a system where the more you earn, the more the tax cuts your earnings. Here, the more you earn, the more you have your money to enjoy. So I'm going to be talking about the whole gamut of the tax system in the United Arab Emirates, the different kind of taxes and how they apply. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Now, the first thing to mention, which I've already mentioned, is that in the United Arab Emirates, all the 7 Emirates, there is zero personal income tax. So like I said earlier, your personal income tax is completely zilch, nothing. Whatever you earn is whatever you enjoy. When it comes to the next kind of taxation, which is federal tax, in the past, there was no federal tax on majority of the companies in the UAE. In fact, the federal tax was just for mainly oil companies and some big multinationals. Every other company working in the UAE was exempted from federal tax. Now, federal tax is talking about a taxation system that is general across all the 7 Emirates. So in the past, federal tax was only selective for the major oil companies and some major multinational companies that are working in the UAE or that are operational in the UAE. But sometime later in the year, sometime within this year, it was announced that by June next year, 2023, federal tax is going to be introduced in the UAE. Now, the way they explain the federal tax is that anybody who is earning from 0 to 375,000 dirhams per annum will be exempted from that federal tax for this new federal tax regime. But if you're earning from 375,000 dirhams and above, your federal tax will be 9%. So that is the new rule or the new law when it comes to federal taxation in the United Arab Emirates. The next tax or taxation system is value-added tax. So just like in many other countries, VAT is 5%, and VAT is a taxation system that is applied or that is obtainable in the United Arab Emirates. Following that, there is rental tax. Now, rental tax varies across the different Emirates. Rental tax has to do with tax that you pay based on properties that you rent. For example, in Dubai, rental tax is 5% per annum. In Abu Dhabi, it is 3% per annum. And in Sharjah, it is 2% per annum. So this is tax that is levied on you for renting property, and it's an annual taxation regime. Then the next kind of taxation in the UAE that follows this is excise tax. Now, this excise tax is tax on substances or foods that are considered harmful to the health of individuals or the health of people. For example, carbonated drinks. Carbonated drinks are taxed 50% excise tax. Then something like tobacco. Tobacco is taxed 100% excise tax. So this excise tax is tax on companies that are producing goods or foods or substances that are kind of harmful to the health of people. An interesting thing to note is that when it comes to places called the free zones, those free zones are government designated areas that kind of function autonomously from the mainland. And the free zone areas were designed by the UAE government to attract foreign investors and to give them a kind of ecosystem that makes it much easier for them to set up and run business. So when you come to a free zone, even if you have a company and corporate taxes are supposed to apply to you and all that, if it were in the mainland, yes, it would apply. But once you're in the free zone, the interesting thing about the free zone is that number one, you have zero corporate tax. Of course, there's zero income tax, number two, and then you have 100% ownership of your company. So it's like an environment that is designed to foster business, designed to attract foreigners to come and invest, set up their business and run business in the UAE. So as far as you operate in the free zone, you find out that tax regimes kind of seem to make you, or rather kind of seem to be relieved of you. You don't have to be under any kind of tax regimes, and then you have 100% control over the company that you have set up. So that is how the tax system in the UAE actually functions. If this video had value for you, please click the like button so that it can spread to more people. And for my friend that asked the question about the tax regime in the UAE, I hope that this video has clarified it. If you like the kind of content that I bring in this channel, you can consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed, and click on the notification bell so that you can get to know when other videos have come out. Thank you once again. Thank you so much for listening up until now, and see you in the next video.